3, 2, 1, now. You always say now in such a seductive way.
I know.
Like, now.
In a way, I'm kind of hitting on you.
By the way, I just want to say that last time when we recorded, when the sound was so bad, when I came to edit it, we both clicked record at exactly the same time. I didn't have to line them up. I got to it and it went 3, 2, 1 now, and we both said now at exactly the same time.
We were connected. We were perfectly connected. Oh, that's good.
And aside from that, I've actually got another pig fact.
Go for it.
It's actually a swine fact.
A swine fact? I have no idea what a swine is.
Well, swine is what pigs are. So so swine is like the I don't know. I guess it's the species. That's what pigs are, and then there's within that there's pigs and hogs and boars. But anyway, I mean, I don't know whether I'm guessing you.
The thing that I love with this show is that I'm learning more stuff about farm and like new English words than tech stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I guess because at work you talk about all this tech stuff all the time, right?
Yeah.
You don't generally have conversations about swine and hogs and boars and pigs.
I think we should.
Sheep.
We should,
Cows. Yeah.
Just in the middle of meeting, we should impose a fact like that. At least it will break and calm everyone down. And
well, that's the thing. You could go on Wikipedia, follow a link to something. Like there's websites where you can get a random link, can't you?
Yeah.
And you should do that. I wonder if you can just filter it to like farm related stuff, and then in the middle of the meeting you can say, okay, that's a really good point, but what is a swine?
That's a good idea.
Anyway, so you know what a pig is, right?
I heard about those. They're kind of pink.
Well, actually, yeah. You brought a fact up about them last time, so that's fine.
I did.
Do you know what a hog is?
Absolutely not.
A hog. A hog. You don't know a hog?
I think I know, but I have a doubt right now.
Well, a hog is basically a pig, right? Like, see, this may work better for listeners that know know that there are pigs and hogs, and that they are technically. Even though, do you want to look it up quickly? Look up a pig and look up a hog. Just go on Google and go on DuckDuckGo. And look up images. Go on images and put in pig and put in hog.
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute.
What are you looking at now?
Hog. I see a massive obese pig. It's really pretty.
Okay. There we go. So the difference between a pig and a hog, generally around the world, is a pig is a swine, like a pig. Is a pig below 120 pounds or 50 kilograms? That's a pig. Anything over that is a hog. There you go. However, in the UK or in Great Britain specifically, because I don't know whether this is the same in Northern Ireland or not, but in Great Britain, we use the term pig for all domesticated swine. So there you go.
That's good.
That's like three minutes. Like to just say that.
Well, it's a mix of a kids show where you discover the farm animals. For me, at least, the words.
Yeah.
And fun fact. So everyone learns new stuff in this.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And we have fun along the way.
So I will have to post the photo that I have because it's pretty incredible. I think that pig, let's go UK style, is so big I can't even see his face.
Oh, mate, this reminds me of when we. I mean, this probably isn't going to be a good story for anyone apart from me. But when I went to New Zealand with my wife, she wasn't my wife at that point, but that's by the by. We went to New Zealand. And we went to a farm, and there was like the ugliest pig you have ever seen at this farm. It's like a visiting farm. We did just randomly go to a farm and be like, yo, can we have a look at the pigs?
It's well known internationally. This farm as the ugliest pig that exists.
Well, honestly, it should. I don't know whether the pig, obviously, I mean, it was years ago. The pig may no longer be with us. Rip in peace.
Yeah.
But rip in pigs. But it was, man, it was so ugly. It had like a tusk growing out of, or like a big tooth growing out of its bottom, like through its bottom lip. Like it had like patchy skin, and it was like, oh, it was horrible. And thinking back, I don't know whether it was a pig or a hog. Actually, I may actually be, really disrespectful and calling it a pig.
Yeah, especially that you were in New Zealand. It's not in the UK. You need to adapt.
Exactly.
The language and.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, So, what's that pig called? And the person I was asking just like turns around, just like,
get away from
not
that.
Talking to them.
Get away from this farm. I don't want to see your face anymore here.
Yeah. Yeah, and this hog doesn't want to see your face anymore, so leave. Anyway.
I have a dad joke. Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure this was done. Have you hugged the hog?
Hug the hog. It sounds better when you say it with a French accent.
Shit.
Shit.
The jingle, 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 the jingle, jingle, jingle for the podcast.
Anyway, enough about pigs. What have you been doing specifically related to coffee? Now, Jacob, tell me something else first.
I'm quite happy. So it's been a while that I want to start again roasting. I got a roaster a few months ago, which is like a cheap home roaster to roast my coffee, like in small batches. Simple.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun, but I never managed to make a good coffee. And basically, there's a bunch of stuff that happened. I had to move house and et cetera, and I never took the time to start again. And I decided, okay, this week is the week. So I took the roaster out. Unfortunately, I can't make it inside because basically that roaster is the Gene Cafe. The CBR 101, if people know that machine.
Oh yeah, mate, it's my favorite.
Crazy.
That's my favorite one. Yeah.
They don't have many. So
I've got a picture of it actually on the wall next to me right now because I love it so much.
So I guess you have the picture with the new air exit and not the old one.
No, I think it's the old one. Yeah, it's the old one.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, it's classic.
So
I
actually,
have no idea the word. So I have no idea the word that you just said. I don't know what.
I don't even know if it's called the air exit or the chaff collector. It's called actually.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Nice.
So basically, it's that part of the roaster that will get all the skin of the coffee that is burnt during roasting and can evacuate also the air and stuff. And on the one that I bought. It's using the old one, which basically the filter on the old chaff collector that removes the air basically is throwing smoke. So I tried once to roast inside the house. Every alarm rang. It was painful, especially those alarms were pretty strong.
And I guess as well, does the roaster get hot? So it's not like you can just unplug it and take it outside.
Oh, no. I couldn't even touch it. So I had to open every window in the house, running everywhere. And I was at the time when I was living with flatmates. And I was like, everything's fine. Opening all the windows.
Everything's fine, but could you open your window?
So I just received my new part today, actually. So I haven't used it yet. I'm very excited.
You've got a replacement for the...
They upgraded, and since they don't have many models, they basically have one model of coffee roaster, this version of the coffee roaster. They just upgraded the chaff collector, so I haven't used it yet. So this week, I've done it outside again. When it was raining, obviously, I am like, okay, amazing. Let's do it. I'm ready. Time change. It's fine. It's dark. I put a lamp outside so my table lamp, put an extension cord outside, prepare. So I need a fan because basically when I roast, the cooling system of the coffee roaster is not great, and basically you need to chill the coffee.
Like actively cool it, because otherwise it just burns.
Exactly. It continues to roast basically even if it's outside. So you need to cool it really fast.
Right. So it's outside. Okay, let me set the scene. So it's night. It's outside. You have your desk lamp. You also have a fan. These things are all connected to the outside with an extension cord. With one extension cord, I assume. So all of these things are running from one extension cord.
It wouldn't be fun otherwise.
Okay. Right. Oh, and also it's like... Okay, yeah. Now carry on. Yeah, so at this point,
Yeah, it's the UK also.
Yeah, so you're all good. It's a lovely clear night.
So I decided that this time I will preheat the roaster. So basically I run the machine with no beans inside.
Yeah.
And when it reaches, I think it was 200 degrees, which 300 Fahrenheit, I guess, something like that.
When it's like just warming up. It's just a bit warm.
Just warm where you don't want to touch with your hands.
Yeah.
It starts to rain.
Amazing. So good. That's my favourite part. That's my favourite part of this story.
So I ended up turning off everything, putting an umbrella over the machine that was boiling. At least it cools pretty fast down, so that's fine.
Right.
And waiting. As soon as I can, I bring everything back in. But I was still excited, I wanted to make a coffee.
Yeah.
And I don't know, 10 minutes later, it stops raining. I'm like, okay, let's do it again. I look outside. I wait 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, it's not going to rain. I'll do it. And it went fine. So.
Oh, okay. So it was actually fine. It was just a short bit of rain. Oh, okay, fine.
It was like
I thought you were going to say it was just torrential.
It was a heavy rain, but like for 10 minutes and then it just stopped. But of course it happened when I haven't roasted in a while. I'm super happy. I'm super excited. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like this night is the night.
When you are the most motivated.
Exactly.
Is when. Yeah. Amazing. How did the coffee turn out?
So I think I under roasted it a little bit. So I'm still like kind of figuring out stuff. And basically, when you roast coffee, you don't taste it. You don't taste the final result directly. You need to wait a few days till the coffee degasses. Basically, when you roast, the coffee beans still have water inside.
Oh, like the moisture, like you have to let that kind of evaporate out.
Well, no. Basically, the reaction when you roast creates a lot of CO2 in the beans. And
oh, okay.
And because there's like all this evaporation that comes out of the beans, and plus the chemical reaction. I'm not a chemist, so I won't be able to go in details. But basically, there's a lot of CO2 in there.
There's some science happens.
Yeah, exactly. And so this will bring bad bitterness to the taste of coffee. So that's why you let it degas for a few days.
So do you just like leave it out on the side? Like in open air kind of thing?
No, so I leave it in a container, a closed container that lets only CO2 go out. That lets only CO2 go out. It doesn't let oxygen come in.
Oh, so it's like a one-way valve type thing.
Exactly.
It only lets air out. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
So basically, I tasted it just to get a sense, because of course, like you can still get a sense of what it'll if it's burnt, for example, which happened already in the past.
Yeah.
And it seemed good, a tiny little bit under roasted, but I think it's gonna be fine.
Okay.
So
yeah.
More news in the next episode, I guess, about the taste of that coffee.
Yeah. Next episode, sure. I wonder, like, like you say, you roast it and you have a little taste kind of early on to see. and that isn't the true taste profile.
Exactly.
No, I mean, wow, connoisseur over here. But I guess over time, you probably get like an idea of, even in that initial taste, what is going to turn out good and what's going to turn out bad. I guess.
Oh, hopefully,
with the more experience you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. So there's already a bunch of things that you can do, at least to know, to feel like from the taste. Okay, you can already say a bunch of things, but also basically when you roast your coffee, you will lose some. Well, because they're full of water, those beans, they're not wet, they're dry, but there's still some humidity left in there. The evaporation, you lose a little bit of weight from what you initially put it.
Right. Yeah.
And so, in average, I think you want to go to some kind of, I think it's 20% max weight loss.
Oh, interesting. So you can do it on weight as well.
So you can already see by doing that if you under roasted, because
So if you've got like 15% weight loss, then you're like, okay, it's probably under roasted. If you've got like 50% weight loss, you're like, whoa, this is
almost powder at this point.
You could probably tell. Yeah, I was going to say you could probably tell before that point, but yeah.
But yeah, no, it's kind of fun. So here I had 13% weight loss, so I know just by doing that it's under roasted, and by taste, I could still smell it. Like you can taste it's a bit groundy. You don't have like the flavor of the coffee, like the thing that makes you love coffee, basically.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because I reckon there'll be people that like that kind of earthy flavor and stuff as well, because it'll be dead to taste, right? Like some people will purposefully under roast things, and I guess there's some beans that you get that you probably need to under roast sometimes. I don't know.
So you will.
There's so many variables.
You will choose from a light to a dark roast depending on what you have, depending on your preferences. Yeah. This is a little bit. It's like before light, basically. It's almost light, but not enough.
Okay. This is like my first coffee beans. Like the first ones you ever do. It's like that's a UK reference.
I don't have it.
Like like with kids and stuff, it's like there's everything's branded as like my first laptop, and it's like a plastic laptop.
Okay,
there's like like my first phone, or my first car, my first machete, like stuff like that.
My first machete. I was listening like, yeah, it makes sense, and then okay, what?
Anyway, yeah, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, like because I remember you getting your coffee machine, like you said, it was like earlier in the year. Coffee roaster, and it was a bit of a hassle, right? Like you found it. It's actually from France, near where your parents live. Your parents went.
That's actually quite fun because I wanted to buy this machine, and I was searching around. I couldn't find. I could find some, but it was quite difficult to get there to buy it like secondhand. And I was literally about to buy a new one and search online on the equivalent of Gumtree in France, which is Le Bon Coin.
See, like you say, you have tech references, you have down. But like what Gumtree is and whatever in the UK, when it's to do with tech, but like, I don't know, swine, no clue. I mean, it's just funny.
Well, I learned English almost via tech, basically. So.
Well, yeah, definitely, yeah, of course. But anyway, carry on. Sorry.
And
so you found it on.
I found it on the equivalent of a Gumtree next to my parents' home. So I sent my parents over there. I said, "Go get this and post it to me."
I posted to you. That's the best bit. And they said yes.
It turns out, even crazier. It turns out that so my parents are brewers, and it was during lockdown, and to make the brewery continue, they were doing home delivery, and it turned out that day they were Well, when I was chatting with them about that, they were kind of doing a home delivery around the area. So they were like, yeah, of course. So
No, nice. So they just
hashtag
went and picked it
winning.
up during the home delivery. Yeah, nice. So good. Such a good story. And then they post it to you, and the rest, as they say, is roasting beans in the rain.
Well, and burning coffee, burning beans also, because I burned a few
exactly.
batches.
I know. I'm yet to receive any kind of coffee from you.
Well, I had prepared you one, and then I was like, I'm gonna taste it before I send it. And I was like, okay, no, I'm not sending that. This is just burnt.
Well, the thing is, this is like with you, this is literally the tip of the iceberg. Right now, I'm looking at you, and in the background, I can see a grinder. And before we started recording, you showed me a new grinder that you had. So, I mean, it's going to come up again. I'm surprised it hasn't come up yet.
Yeah,
already,
I was holding myself up because otherwise we would have renamed it 418. I'm a coffee pod.
I'm a drip coffee that's at a certain temperature and is weighed out.
Sorry, a V60, please. Yes, snob checked.
Yeah, coffee snob over here.
Look, Tool.
Hello. Bonjour.
What's the story?
First of all, I'm just going to do a quick update. So we've talked about our infra. We've talked about my desk moves. So work graciously bought me a new ultra wide monitor, which is great. So I work for a US company. So I basically got this, a screenshot of a credit card. I think it's like a service where you like get a temporary credit card or something. Anyway, to buy a monitor. So I went to amazon.co.uk.
I heard of it.
Other websites are available, but no one will go to them. Everyone will go to Amazon anyway. And I bought an LG ultra wide monitor, and I thought, fantastic. So this was last Thursday, probably. Actually, it might have been a week ago. And it said it'll arrive on Saturday. I thought, fantastic. Saturday, the weekend, a wonderful time for things to arrive, especially for the desk. I can get it set up, get it all nice, ready for Monday, so I can hit the ground. I was going to say running, but like moving my head very far from left to right. It didn't arrive on Saturday. So I looked at it and it said, okay, it's going to arrive Sunday on Amazon, on the app. I was like, cool. One day, ain't got no beef queef, so I waited. Sunday came. I was stood by the front door, just getting ready to go out, and I got a notification saying it had been delivered. I was like, oh my God, it's outside. Crazy. So I opened the door. Nothing there. Bear in mind, this is like a 500 quid monitor. I was like, and it's not my money. I didn't even buy it. Like, it's not my money that I bought it. I was like, okay, it's not there. Fine. So then I, went on the Amazon app and went on the thing saying, it didn't arrive. And this automated bot basically told me, give us until Monday, end of Monday, give us until the end of Monday. End of Monday arrived, no monitor. Went on again. They were like, just Tuesday. Tuesday. Yeah. Maybe it's Tuesday.
Monday. Come on, man. Just be patient.
Yeah. It's only Monday. Chill out. We said it was going to arrive on Saturday. Chill out. Like, what is this? The 21st century, and you've ordered from Amazon where you expect things to arrive within 10 hours. Just chill, man. It's fine. I was like, okay, fine. I'll wait till Tuesday. So I waited Tuesday. Tuesday was yesterday. Nothing. This morning, first thing I did when I woke up while I was having breakfast, got onto Amazon, and I got connected to a real person, and I said, it didn't arrive. Well, first of all, actually, I got them to try and call me. The call never happened. It said, your call's finished. I was like, never started, but whatever. So I went on the chat thing, like the text chat, and they said, yeah, so sorry you've experienced that. Do you want a refund or a replacement? I was like, a replacement? I said, okay. So that was this morning, and it's apparently arriving tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. So we're a week in. Who knows? I don't know what happened to that other monitor. Either someone's stolen it, or I may get two monitors at some point.
So 2 ultra-wide monitors. You'll be like...
Yeah, 2 ultra-wide monitors.
It's going to be a 360 screen.
Yeah, it's the new cubicle. It's the new work cubicle.
Yeah,
It's just all
exactly.
screen. No, obviously, if two come, I will send them back to my friends.
I imagine,
No,
you know, like the limit of lines in code that is like usually 80 lines. Now mine is 1,000. I turn.
Yeah. Hi guys. Yeah, I just wanted to, in dev catch up. I just wanted to just bring up. I was wondering if we could change the line limit to 3,000. It's like sorry. What? It's 90 now. Yeah. 3,000. Why?
I
Yeah,
envision
so-
like also like a carpet for your mouse that is like a 360, so you can just do like.
Yeah, you have to like come under the desk to get in, and it's a circle, and you just spin around. But yeah, so that's not right. So we'll see. So I was hoping to give an update on what I thought about ultra wide monitors, but
So wait,
it's not happened.
ultra wide monitors. What are those monitors again?
So 16 by 9 is like the standard kind of aspect ratio,
Yeah,
whereas ultra wides are 21 by 9.
you're gonna get so lazy to open files that are on the other side of your screen.
Well, I'm also actually thinking of keeping my vertical monitor as well. Like, so my portrait monitor, keep that to the side and then have the ultra wide around the side. I'll see how it goes. That's what I mean. I want to get it. I want to see what the deal is. Everyone says that they're absolutely great,
Okay.
and people that have them love them. I don't know. I want to see, because I also want to see how it reacts with i3. Because having one workspace that's that wide might be annoying, and I know that you can kind of have multiple workspaces on one monitor. There's a way to do that. Yeah, so I could have like, essentially you say that you've got 3 monitors, or you have 2 monitors. Sorry, if you've just got an ultra wide, you'd say you have 2 monitors. So I want to see how that would work as well, because that'd actually be quite good. Because I use rather than switching left and right between workspaces, like on my 2 monitors, I just use the number keys, like the shortcuts for the numbers for whatever workspace it is. So I'd want to use that. I'd want to carry on using that. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I mean. I wanted to give an update, but Amazon have done me a wrong. And
That's pretty cool, the thing of the i3 and different workspaces on the same screen. I'm really curious if you manage to do something like that, because
yeah.
I can already imagine just the example that I have that come to my mind is my screen from now on, since I'm in quite a lot of different meetings or chatting with people online, my screen is always splitted, or where I have a tiny section where there's always Chrome open with Google Meet open, which is what we use to chat in general in meetings and stuff like that. And then the rest. So yeah, I'd be curious to see if I can put a small workspace on the side of the screen that is always open, and then you can just swap from a thing to another.
Yeah. So that one would always be visible,
Yeah.
but then so say you've got Chrome on the right, and it's like a strip, and then the other bit on the left, and you can go you can just switch between workspaces on the left, but keep Chrome open, or it's like an always on top window, isn't it? Essentially, but it doesn't but you don't get any overlap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know. I'll let everyone know. I'll try it when it actually arrives. If it arrives tomorrow, well, I don't know when I'll try it. It'll be at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's fun that you decide to keep a vertical screen. So I'm very much in favor of having one screen. I think I used to have. We've talked many times about that, but just to basically, I used to have a bunch of screens. I went up to 3 screens, then went back to 2, changed the layout many times, and I ended up with one screen because I thought it was less distracting. Basically, there was less stuff distracting me around. And
yeah. No, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And yeah, I'm just curious, why would you keep that? Do you think you would still have the need to have, even with that big of a screen?
Well, yeah. So the thing that annoys me at the minute is, so I generally have the browser on my horizontal screen, my landscape screen, because that's like how people view websites. That's what screens are. And then I have code on my vertical. And if I have so then I can split code like halfway, so I can have two files open on top of each other, which works really well. But then if I also have a console running that has like logs or whatever open, I then open that below my editor. And then that squashes things, and things get pretty squashed pretty quickly, especially if you want to see like a big amount of output.
Yeah.
So my idea would be that I could have like in the middle, where I'm actually looking most of the time, have the edge of the ultra wide, which would have the browser on like the right hand side of the ultra wide. Then to the right of that would be my code, which is on the vertical. And then all the way over to the left, the stuff that I don't need to look at as much would be like the console.
Yeah.
For like logging stuff. So I'm not necessarily looking at that. And it also means that I can have that quite narrow, have my browser window at like a normal kind of width, like a normal 1080 width, and also have the browser console open next to it. Do you know what I mean? So you can because one of the problems at the minute is like when you're editing, like doing something for a website, you've got the developer console open, and it takes up some of the space that would normally be the browser, because you need to put it somewhere. So then I could have the browser always at the actual size that it is on most people's screens when they've got it full screen. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know yet whether that's how I use them. But I'll see.
Yeah, you see the log thing was for me for a long time an excuse to have it, to have like another screen open with the logs. But I found out that it was just distracting. Like the logs, I don't look at them that often. Like, yes, I look at them, but I don't mind doing the effort of doing a alt tab, changing workspace or whatever. Because there's movement, and my eyes kind of naturally, even if I wasn't looking at it, go
towards the movement.
I was attracted by it. But I get that for browsers, web development, you might need some.
Like my original thought was the browser thing, but then a lot of the stuff that I've been doing at the minute that we'll talk about in a bit, I've been doing a lot of stuff where I'm like testing the browser is hitting like a back end thing, and I want to just like add a log to the back end, and I just want to see that. And sometimes it's a big blob of JSON, and I don't want that in like a tiny window. But I want to see it like a lot of the time. And the other thing as well is like, because we use React and everything's Create React app, you can see a lot of the time I don't have it I can't see if like a compilation has failed. I go to the browser, I try refresh it, things don't seem to change. I go back to the code and I'm like, what didn't I change? I go back and I specifically have to be like, oh yeah, I need to look at the console to see like, the big red text that says you done a wrong thing. So like, yeah, there's that use case as well. But like I say, I'm not really sure. I may hate it. I may absolutely hate ultra wide monitors. I don't know, but I want to try it.
Yeah, no, it sounds cool. I really like that. But it's so much changing of habit, and I don't know if I can handle that. I'm joking.
No. Well, it is true though. Like I get really set in the ways that I work. Like I love workspaces, but actually I always have the same things on workspaces. And even now when we're talking, I have everything on the workspaces that they're normally on, and I don't have any of my work stuff open.
Yeah.
So actually I've got stuff on like workspace 1, 3, 5, and 9. Because that's where my muscle memory is.
Yeah.
Like work stuff is like, 1, 2, 4, and 0. Whereas like my kind of personally more stuff, or like my main browser's 1, but then like my more personal stuff is like 3, 5, and 9. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I'm back on Ubuntu GNOME.
Yeah, man.
And I still want to go back. I just never took the time to just reconfigure everything. But it's fun just mentioning about like how you lay out your stuff. And I'm now so used to have Google Meet on one side that when I open Firefox, my main browser, it's basically always open, leaving a space on the other side of the screen. So I end up like not using the entire space. But you know, I don't even maximize it. I just leave it. And until at some point I realize I'm like, why am I not using the entire screen? There's nothing there.
Yeah. But I guess that's one of the things with ultra wide and wide monitors is that happens, and you get used to it. You don't necessarily need all that space. Like, you don't need everything to be full screen. Like, some of the people I work with have widescreen, ultra wides, and sometimes in meetings, you know, they're like share their screen, and it's like, you know, they share. I'm only on a 1920 by 1080, but they share their screen, and it's like,
this is going to be
I need a
unreadable.
magnifying glass. Yeah, because they've full screened it and they're sharing their entire screen. It's like, I can't. I don't know what that says. Like, can you zoom in again?
Yeah.
Again.
B2
again.
enhance it.
Yeah, exactly. Enhanced 10 times. Anyway, enough about monitors. Man, I just wanted to give a brief update about monitors.
Well, too late. It just feels that in meetings, when we'll chat now, I'll see you kind of looking from one side. Like, I'll be, hey, look, I'm here on the other corner. And you'll be like, I'm coming.
Yeah. The entire podcast will just be my chair squeaking as I turn from one side to the other.
So yeah, as usual, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 418teapod. And Luke is still waiting for his email at 418@teapod.club.
Yeah.
Did I forget anything?
And just teapod.club.
Oh yeah, the website. We have a cool website.
Yeah.
One day we'll talk about it. It's using Vanilla Framework. Yo, it's the end of the podcast. Oh, sorry, a wrap. Sorry, you British people have to pronounce the W. Okay, no, don't put that.
A wrap.